Ilia is gonna be ready, if I'm gonna be a champion, I would do same. I would like to do same as Justin did, even worse.
Do you think you're next for Gaethje?
I think so. Who else?
I mean, I've felt that way for a long time. Have you been told anything?
No, the fight just done, but it has to be me. Like, who else? Like, on the first round, Justin won. Second round, Ilia. Third round, Justin. And and the last one, Justin as well.
Arman Tsarukyan just calls out Justin Gaethje, making it clear that he believes he's the rightful next challenger for the belt. But Ilia, he has a more brutal strategy to beat him if they ever fight.
What they gonna do? They gonna put the Charles Oliveira versus Gaethje or Conor McGregor if he wins? But I don't think so. He can win Max Holloway. Yeah, but it's me, and I wanna beat Justin Gaethje. I wanna beat everybody, and when Ilia is gonna be ready, if I'm gonna be a champion, I would do same. I would like to do same as Justin did, even worse.
Shifting focus to Gaethje's future, the discussion centered on who he should face next, with Arman Tsarukyan emerging as the primary candidate for a title fight.
The next UFC lightweight title fight is Arman versus Justin Gaethje, right?
As we all
I've been saying
thought it would happen,
months, man. Back when he got the Patty fight, I was like, rightfully so.
But is that it?
He gets.
Is that it?
In my opinion, yes. Arman
Ilia's
is
gonna be ready for the rematch.
Arman is ready. I think Ilia is gonna need some time to recover. I'm not sure just winning the title and not defending warrants the immediate rematch.
Yeah.
I think it should be Arman.
There is the wild card though
What's the wild?
of McGregor's return.
Offering a measured perspective on the aftermath, Demetrius Johnson emphasized that Topuria's immediate priority is simply healing and recovering from the damage sustained in the fight. The flyweight legend reminded viewers that at only 29 years old, Topuria still has a significant career ahead of him, and every great fighter encounters defeat eventually. Johnson stressed that this loss doesn't define Topuria, who remains a phenomenal athlete with plenty of time to rebuild.
What is next for Ilia Topuria? Now, Ilia Topuria's got to heal. He's got to heal. And there's nothing Ilia Topuria can do. Because I feel he's set in his ways of how he goes about his fights. And how he goes about his fights aren't bad. I think he will always have a hard time with somebody who's able to withstand the shots that Ilia Topuria can land. Especially at 155. 145, I don't think there's a 145er out there who can withstand that type of damage. I don't think so. But, you know, if you have Ilia Topuria versus Rufy, that would be a sick fight.
Shifting focus to the massive upset at the main event, Justin Gaethje's stunning victory over Ilia Topuria has sent shockwaves through the UFC, with many calling it the biggest upset since Holly Holm versus Ronda Rousey. The undefeated, seemingly indestructible Topuria was taken lightly, and Gaethje, long considered the bridesmaid, finally became the bride in front of the White House.
Justin Gaethje and what he did last night, beating Topuria, I think it's the biggest upset I've seen in UFC history since Holly Holm and Ronda Rousey. Seriously. I mean, it's that big of an upset, but I think it's bigger because Topuria looking like an indestructible fighting machine, undefeated, and I do think he was taking Gaethje a little lightly. Gaethje seemed to be over the hill a bit, always the bridesmaid, never the bride, and in front of the White House as an American, beats Topuria to a bloody pulp by outboxing him.
Adding to that breakdown, Michael Bisping pinpointed the exact moment Topuria's momentum shifted when he dropped Gaethje with body shots in the second round and made a critical miscalculation. Instead of staying on his feet and finishing the job, Topuria dove down to attempt a submission, wearing himself out against Gaethje's strength. Meanwhile, Gaethje's endurance carried him through the championship rounds, and when the dust settled, it was the doctor who ultimately stopped the fight at the end of round 4 due to the damage sustained by Topuria.
That's it! Wow! Biggest underdog on the card. Here's the flip. I'm gonna get this. Wow! Holy shit, unbelievable. Justin Gaethje, the biggest underdog on the card. Ilia Topuria, the new sensation, the new superstar of the sport, just got pieced up, demolished. and stopped by the doctor at the end of round 4. Justin Gaethje, the highlight, gets it done at the White House, does the backflip off the octagon. Oh my God. As an Englishman, I'm gonna say this, America, baby.
Adding to that breakdown, Ariel Helwani expressed his shock at the outcome of UFC Freedom 250, where Justin Gaethje defeated Ilia Topuria in a stunning upset. The veteran journalist admitted he had questioned the UFC's decision to host this main event, fearing an American would be knocked out, but instead, Gaethje flipped the script and delivered the win.
I question why the UFC would have an event which was being billed as a celebration of America and book a main event in which an American was going to be knocked out in the main event. I said it, and so I have to eat crow. I have to apologize to Justin Gaethje. This is the business that we're in. You make picks, you pick a side. Justin Gaethje, what he did on Sunday is the highlight of his career, obviously, and apropos given the fact that he is nicknamed the highlight. A most unlikely career culminates in the most unlikely of venues. A guy who early in his career was not looked at as a can't-miss prospect.
Echoing that sentiment, Ariel and his team actually viewed Topuria's loss as a potential best-case scenario for his long-term growth, similar to Conor McGregor's loss to Nate Diaz. They suggested he take time to recover, acknowledging the physical and mental toll of such a brutal defeat, but insisted that this setback could ultimately shape him into a more complete fighter. Instead of defining his career, they believe this loss could be the turning point that forces Topuria to evolve just as it did for McGregor.
It's honestly the kind of fight that changes you as a human being. Like, he's going to have to be gone for a long time, in my opinion, after that fight. And he had been so invincible for so long, to see it then revert to this against someone like Gaethje, who, like, this wasn't Arman who did this to him with ground and pound or Islam. It was like the speed bump en route to 2 mega fights. Like, did anyone...
No, but I think
Crazy.
this is the best case scenario for him.
Oof.
Best case scenario.
Explain.
This is
For
for
Ilia.
Ilia Topuria.
Best case?
Best case. This is.
You don't think defending would have been the
Nate
best
Diaz
case?
fight? No, this is the Nate Diaz fight. This is Conor McGregor's Nate Diaz fight. This is the one where everybody thinks you're invincible. You think you're invincible, and you get brought back down to reality, and you have to figure it out, and you have to reset it.
Building on the magnitude of the upset, Showbiz didn't hold back when breaking down Gaethje's monumental victory over Topuria, calling it the biggest shock he's seen in UFC history, even bigger than Holm versus Rousey, because Topuria came in looking like an indestructible, undefeated machine. He believes Topuria took Gaethje lightly. Gaethje was completely gassed after the 4th round, but looked across the octagon to see Topuria with his head down, quitting on his stool.
With the fundamental jab all night, busting Tafura's face up. Literally, Tafura's team, they quit in the corner. And hell, as a boxing pugilist and historian and analyst, I can't help but to think about the scene Muhammad Ali versus Joe Frazier in the Thriller Manila. I swear, when I saw Justin Gaethje after the 4th round going back to his corner, I said, this guy is totally gassed. But to look across the octagon and see Topuria with his head down and quit on his stool, I swear that was some Muhammad Ali. And the scene of Gaethje doing that backflip off the octagon right in front of the White House was just, I mean, I need a photo of that put on my wall.
Building on the discussion of fighter safety, Arman agreed with the decision to stop the fight when Topuria's corner, led by his brother, threw in the towel due to his injuries. He acknowledged that while fighters pride themselves on toughness, there are moments when the corner has to make the call for the fighter's own good.
It's so difficult to fight, and especially like I heard he broke his
Orbital.
Yeah.
The bone, yeah. You tweeted
so
no
that-
mas. You tweeted no mas, which is the old Roberto Duran quote, Ilia no mas Topuria. That suggests that he quit. Do you feel like he quit?
I mean, of course he did.
What do you mean? Because you said it was his brother that did it.
I mean, like, if the brother said just say no, I'm gonna fight.
Right.
Yeah.
Doubling down on his call-out, Arman Tsarukyan confirmed that he plans to follow through on a bet by buying Justin Gaethje a new truck, a promise that shows just how confident he is in their eventual showdown. The lightweight contender isn't just talking about winning, he's putting his money where his mouth is. Because for Tsarukyan, this isn't just about the belt, it's about making a statement that leaves no room for doubt.
So I just fit what color he wants. And I'm coming back July 12th. I'm competing July 18 at the St. Louis. And after St. Louis, I'm going to bring him a truck.
Wow. What kind of truck?
Yeah. Rum.
Oh, yeah.
Dana White said rum.
Yeah, he did.
I got to get the rum. And like the rum is a UFC official sponsor. Maybe they're going to give me discount, maybe 15-10%.
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good.
Yeah.
But you can afford it. I think you're okay.
Yeah, if they're not going to give me discount, it's okay. It's not that expensive.
That's
I
right.
already checked.
Breaking down his game plan, Arman Tsarukyan outlined exactly how he plans to neutralize Justin Gaethje using his elite grappling to take the champion down and secure a submission. The lightweight contender made it clear that he sees Gaethje's aggression as an opening, not a threat. Tsarukyan emphasized that Gaethje's pressure-heavy style plays directly into his wrestling-heavy approach.
I'm going to go there, take him down, choke him, and that's it.
You think you
I don't
sub
wanna
him?
strike him. Yeah, I can. I mean, like what I see today, what he does on the ground game is like, yeah, Ilia was on the mount. He was like, he doesn't know how to escape from mount. He just turned, give his back, like the Oliveira choke him out. But like for the wrestlers, grapplers, like in my level, is the worst. It's like a worse mistake. You know that you're gonna get choked out right away.
Adding to that breakdown, Showbiz pinpointed the exact moment Topuria's momentum shifted when he dropped Gaethje with body shots in the second round and made a critical miscalculation. Instead of staying on his feet and finishing the job, Topuria dove down to attempt a submission, wearing himself out against Gaethje's strength. That decision proved costly, as he was just a few strikes away from stopping Gaethje, but exhausted himself on the mat.
Though Justin Gaethje won the fight, he definitely won the fight with his courage. Honestly, both of them showed an incredible amount of courage last night. But though Justin Gaethje won outboxing Topuria and withstanding the onslaught of Topuria kind of lost the fight too. And let me tell you how. When he dropped Justin Gaethje with those body shots in the second round, like I said last night, he made a huge miscalculation when he got down there with him and tried to submit Justin Gaethje. He was down there trying to submit Justin Gaethje and wore himself out. Justin Gaethje is one of the better wrestlers in the UFC. Strong as an ox, and he wore himself out. Instead of, when he dropped him, stand on his feet, yeah, doing some ground and pound, maybe some more strikes to the body, but not getting down there low with him and actually going for a submission. That was the miscalculation.
Looking ahead at what's next for Gaethje, the discussion centered on who he should face, with Arman Tsarukyan emerging as the primary candidate for a title fight. There was also brief speculation regarding a potential mega fight with Conor McGregor, but the consensus leaned toward Tsarukyan as the more logical and deserving next challenge for the newly crowned champion. The hosts acknowledged that while McGregor would bring massive pay-per-view numbers, Tsarukyan represents the more credible threat and the fight that makes the most sense for the division.
If he can win the fight against Holloway, and he's a big underdog, if he can win that fight, like, let's not pretend that the UFC wouldn't move everything to make Gaethje v McGregor for his last.
I don't think they would.
The only problem is, like, it's his last fight. In the deal.
It's his
Unless
last
they
fight.
sign him, here's Connor saying afterwards, Holloway flatlined Justin, face down, out cold. It is a glorious time to be in the McGregor fight business. I think he's implying that, like, you know, this guy beat that guy, I beat this guy.
Yeah.
But they ain't giving him a title shot on the last fight of his deal. Unless he resigns, then it's different. Gaethje versus McGregor would be a nuts fight, but no, it's going to be Arman. It
I
has
think
to
he
be.
wants to test free agency, though. I think that's
Yeah.
the problem there.
Looking further ahead, Johnson speculated on potential high-level matchups that would be compelling if Topuria continues his career. He mentioned that fights against Mateusz Rebecki or Arman Tsarukyan would be sick fights, highlighting Tsarukyan's athleticism and wrestling as key factors. However, Johnson also raised questions about whether Tsarukyan could withstand Topuria's power and noted that the round difference difference of 3 rounds versus 5 would significantly impact strategy. For Johnson, the message is clear. Let Topuria heal, learn from the loss, and return stronger.
You have Ilia Topuria versus Arman Tsarukyan. That'll be a sick fight too. He's gonna have to deal with Arman Tsarukyan's athleticism, his wrestling, just his will to move around and just be dynamic as an athlete. You know, can Arman withstand Ilia Topuria's power if you get him out? Now, next time Ilia Topuria fights, if it isn't a title fight, it's gonna be 3 rounds. So Ilia Topuria has less rounds to work with. If it's a title fight, so he's got 5 rounds, it changes the strategy a little bit. You guys don't realize that. When you're doing a 3-round fight versus a 5-round fight, things change. But Ilia Topuria is 29 years old. He's made a ton of money. And, I mean, every great athlete loses. GSP lost. I've lost.
Shifting to the other side of the cage, MMA analyst Luke Thomas heavily critiqued Topuria's approach, arguing that he fought with overconfidence and arrogance throughout the night. He believes the undefeated champion failed to respect Gaethje's durability and skill, walking into danger without the necessary caution. According to Thomas, Topuria's game plan lacked discipline, a mistake that ultimately cost him his undefeated record.
So he got a little bit overconfident to me. He looked way too cocky. You just cannot play that game with Justin Gaethje. Yeah, Max knocked him out. That's great. Ilia didn't. You know, isn't that wild? Ilia didn't. He fought so recklessly and so arrogantly that he was just letting Gaethje do damage on him, thinking he was just going to get him out of there early. And I thought he wouldn't get it in the first. I thought he'd get in the second, and then he dropped him. I'm like, oh, all right, well, here's the fight. Nope. He hung on, but more damage accumulated. And then by round 3, he had Topuria single digits. He just sat there and got pummeled with the jab of Gaethje.
Turning to the fallout, the discussion suggested that Topuria's career and ranking could suffer significantly following such a one-sided defeat. The host pointed out that a loss of this magnitude, especially after entering as an undefeated, seemingly invincible champion, can be difficult to recover from, both in terms of public perception and divisional positioning. Meanwhile, Gaethje has solidified his status as a legendary figure in the division, proving that heart, endurance, and fundamental boxing can still overcome the most feared knockout artists in the sport. His victory wasn't just a win, it was a statement that redefined his legacy and reminded everyone why he's been a fan favorite for years.
Now, they might still keep him in the top 15. His ranking should collapse after this. I'm not saying that the ultimate stock or how you view him has to do that, but his ranking should suffer. If it's one thing for a pound for pound guy to lose to another pound for pound guy, okay, that happens, right? That's not this. And I'm not saying that, oh, Justin isn't on par with him. Hello, he just beat a number 2 pound for pound guy, and now his stock should rise. But I'm saying if you meet at a moment in time where there's that kind of disparity, and then you lose like it's the roles were reversed, your stock should suffer. And I'll be the first to admit it. He fought arrogantly, and he fucked his whole shit up in the process of doing this. He got checked.
To wrap things up, Thomas emphasized that while the win was unexpected, it serves as a powerful testament to Gaethje's perseverance and the unpredictable nature of championship-level mixed martial arts. He pointed out that moments like these are what make the sport so special when everything aligns for a veteran who refuses to quit, and the so-called invincible champion is reminded that no one is untouchable in this game.
It's just remarkable how much aging talent is hanging on in ways that have surprised me consistently at every turn. I guess I should stop being surprised, right? I suppose I should adapt at this point. But yeah, dude, you got to give it to him. I left him at the side of the road for dead. The odds makers left him at the side of the road for dead. The UFC, I think, wanted to leave him at the side of the road for dead. Ilia Topuria left him on the side of the road for dead, or tried to anyway. And he stormed back through all of it and wanted to do the Justin Gaethje way too, by beating up his opponent.
And there you have it, fight fans. The lightweight division just got even more interesting. After another impressive performance, Arman Tsarukyan has made it clear that he wants the biggest challenges available. Not only has he called out Justin Gaethje, but he's also got his eyes set on a future showdown with Ilia Topuria. With so many elite contenders in the mix, the road to the title picture has never been more exciting. Now the questions are, does Justin accept the challenge and give Arman the fight he wants? If Arman gets past Gaethje, should he be next in line for Ilia Topuria? And out of those potential matchups, which fight excites you the most? The lightweight division is stacked with talent, and every result could completely change the landscape. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Who wins, Arman versus Justin? Could Arman be the fighter to stop Ilia? And what should the UFC do next? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more UFC news, fight breakdowns, and updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.